conference. We have two contributed talks in this short 1-hour session. The first speaker is Marcin Staniszewski from Bukovsk, and he will speak on ideal equal convergence.
Thank you to the organizers for the paper.
We can't hear you.
Oh, okay. Good. Thank you to the organizers for the possibility to present a paper. It is incredible for me to be here in Cambridge. I would like to tell about various kinds of ideal convergence. First, definition of ideal pointwise convergence. Ideal pointwise convergence. Let x n be a sequence of real numbers. Let I be an ideal on n. We say that xn is I convergent to x if for every epsilon the set belongs to I. X ball and xn0, xn1, xnk, the set nk belongs to ideal, and ideal pointwise convergence for functions fn x is non-empty arbitrary set, then fn is I convergent to f if for every x fn of x I convergent to f of x. This is first kind of ideal convergence, ideal pointwise. The second, ideal uniform convergence. Ideal uniform convergence. We say that fn is I uniform convergent to f if for every epsilon there exists a set from the ideal I, such that for every x, for every n, is less than epsilon.
No, for x not in A. Oh, that's the complement.
Complement, yes. Complement.
Yeah.
Okay, is one ideal. Only one ideal. The second kind of convergence, and the third and last kind of ideal convergent is equal convergent. Ideal equal convergent. Yes, Czaszar and Laczkovich introduced the concept of equal convergence. We say that Fn equal convergent to F if there exists a sequence convergent to 0 such that for every x the set is finite. We with rough
Ideal.
no, it is only usual equal convergence, and we generalized their definition on ideal equal convergence in the following manner. Fn ideals. Fn is F if there exists epsilon j convergent to 0 such that for every x the set belongs to I. We have two ideals. And relationships between these convergences. Czaszar and Laczkovich showed that equal convergence is between uniform convergence and pointwise convergence. Fn F, then Fn equal to F, then Fn pointwise to F, uniform. We generalized their results on ideal convergences in the following manner. We consider real functions. Fn is I uniform to F, then Fn is Ij equal convergence to F, then Fn is I convergent to F, if and only if the following are equivalent. I is P of J ideal, and J is included in I. I is P of J ideal if for every sequence of sets from ideal I, there exists one set from I such that for every n, an minus I, set minus I is included in J. A and the J. This is and we showed this, and Czasza and Laczkovich showed that these implications, the convergence of these implications, that does not hold. Does not hold. And we were considered when ideal pointwise convergent implies ij equal convergence. Suppose assume the property W of ij holds, then the following are equivalent. First, I convergent implies ij equal convergence. Ij equal convergence if and only if cardinality of x is less than the cardinal b of ij. The cardinal b of ij is minimum kappa such that there exists sets from ideal I, alpha less than kappa, chi is natural, such that they are disjoint, such that for every partition from J ideal, partition of omega, there exists alpha less than kappa such that the sum ak and is less or equal k a alpha I not belongs to I, and maybe and continuum plus W of ij is the property W of ij is the following: for every partition, there exists a set not belongs to I, such that for every n an S belongs to I. If the property W of ij does not hold, holds.
Are you assuming that J is included in I or no?
No, J is different. Another ideal. Then always, then Fn always implies Ig equal convergence for every F. So it is enough to consider the cardinal B of Ij. So the cardinal 5, the cardinal B of Ij. We computed the value of the cardinal B of Ij for some classes of ideals. If I is P of J ideal, then is not. If I is not a P of J, if I ideal I is not a P of J ideal, then B of Ij is equal 1. If I is a P of J ideal, then B of Ij is less greater than omega. If W of Ij, the property W of the Ij doesn't hold, then B of Ij is equal continuum plus, and if W of Ij holds, then B of Ij is less or equal continuum. So if the property W of Ij does not hold, we know everything, and if I is not a P of J ideal, we know everything. What is when we assume that I is P of J ideal, I is a P of J ideal, and W of Ij holds. Then we know that if I is thin ideal, if I is fine ideal, then B of fine J for every J is equal bounding number. If we know that if we assume Martin axiom and I is P ideal, one picture, I is P of J ideal, P of J ideal, in this I is not a P of J ideal, then W of ij, so we are in this situation, this assume Martin axiom, I is P ideal, to is I P of J ideal, then it's P ideal, P ideal, P ideal, P ideal, P ideal. P ideals are included in P of J ideal. I is P ideal and W of ij holds, then B of ij is equal continuum. And question, what is the value of B of ij when we assume I is Martin axiom or another model, when and I is a P of J ideal and omega of ij holds. This is the first question, and the last question is Farkas and Soukup definite ideal version of bounding number in the following manner. B of I is F of n is not included in I. Farkas and Soukup ideal version of bounding number. I was considered some relation between ideal convergence, some ideal convergences, and I defined the hereditary ideal bounding number. B of I is such that F and for every G, for every A from coideal, there exists F such that n is greater or equal G on n, not belongs to I. Hereditary bounding number. B of fin is equal B number, and always B is less or equal B of I is less or equal B star of I.
B star is for all A not in I, and then A is never mentioned.
Yes. Sorry. And Farkas and Soukup showed that B of I is equal B for analytic P ideals. But by their proof, it follows that B of I is equal B bounding number for all ideas with bare property. And if an ideal I has hereditary bare property, bare in product topology of bare property in product topology of Cantor space, then by Talagrand characterization is clear then that B of I is equal B for if I is bare property, has bare property. Question, is ideal I for which B of I is not equal B or is not equal B of I. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
We have 2 or 3 minutes for questions. Martin.
If you have a maximal ideal, does this help you any?
Maximal, this is equal for maximal, but I don't know if B of I is equal B. I don't know. But if for maximal ideal it is equal, then it is equal for every I, for every ideal I, if for maximal, because every ideal can be to maximal ideal by Kuratowski.
In the NCF models, the B of the ultra filters is big. So is equal to Aleph 2 while B is Aleph 1. This is just one characterization of near coherence of ultra filters. So you can blow up this B of I for all P points. I will give you a reference so then you can look it up.
Other questions?
A relationship between Bij and B of I?
I don't know. I only considered if for which ideals B of I is equal B, and B of B star of I is equal B of I. This is equal for bare property only. Farkas Soukup showed. This is equal if I has hereditary bare property. For every set from coideal, ideal I restrict to A has bare property.
Any other questions?
Let me add to what Heike was saying. Much as I love NCF, I think just to separate B of a maximal ideal from B, it's enough to use the Cohen model. Because of Kendra's theorem that you always have ultrafilters, of which this B of I is going to be equal to the cofinality of the dominating number.
Oh yeah. But he asked maybe, and you want an I where both of your equations are true.
False.
For both of your non-equations.
I thought the question was only about B.
Yeah.
Maximum B.
So it's so you want an ideal where both inequalities are simultaneously true.
These two, is that the question?
Yes. Is
Both of them at the same time.
it is no known ideal for which b of I is not equal b.
Oh, only one, not both at the same time.
Yes. It is no in the literature no known ideal for which it is not equal. It is not equal.
Well, I think that requires some discussion in the coffee break afterwards.
Yeah.
Is the next speaker here? Okay, good. Then let's thank Marcin once more.